Yeah, definitely looks the part. Hi guys, we thought we'd show you another interesting thing in the shop, but this is the Norweld tray back for the Grenadier Quartermaster. So this is a replacement for the standard bed. So we'll tell you about some of the details, what it's made of, how much it costs, all that sort of stuff. So you can see them side by side. There's actually this is the Norweld. Norweld is an Australian company. It's slightly bigger, it's slightly wider and slightly longer, but not much. But it does go on. We're actually hopefully going to show you this on the truck. We're actually going to lower it on and show you it going onto the truck, so the difference between the two. So just for context, this is the standard Quartermaster bed. This is where the lights would be. We've just got it on this set of wheels right now just to make it a little bit easier to move around. So with the forklift in situ, we hope you can see the difference in these. But if you didn't know, in Australia, these are very, very popular because you have a flat bed and it gives you a lot more sort of versatility as to what you would put on it. Rather than this, which is still very useful to do truck things, right? But you know, obviously if you want to get something bigger, longer, wider, whatever, this gives you a little bit more flexibility. So yeah, these are very popular in Australia on all sorts of vehicles, Toyotas, Nissans, Land Rovers, whatever. So what I'm going to do now is bring in Todd, the workshop manager, and he can show us actually on the Quartermaster what is involved in changing this over. Okay guys, so I've got Todd with me. Hi Todd, thanks for
how you doing?
Taking time out to be part of this little slot. So we've got the Quartermaster here. Tell us what's involved. Obviously you took the bed off, so give us an idea.
So we already kind of fast forward through a lot of, obviously the bed's already removed. You've seen it sitting over here. And some of the questions is looking at is what would it take to put a flat tray on a frame of a truck? Because as you can see by looking at it, because we don't get to see the frame of the truck very often with the bed off, is that we have all our different mount points are all different irregular heights. Yeah. So in order to make that flat tray able to accept to those different mounting points, we're going to have these different various adapter brackets that has been made to be able to support the weight of the bed as well as everything that we're going to put on that bed and put that into the frame appropriately.
Yeah, because I mean the frame here literally climbs up. If you see down here, it's at one level and then it climbs, and that's really to allow for the movement of the beam axle, right?
The other thing back too, we've even talked about too, a lot of times I talk about the Grenadier Quartermaster about the ladder frame, and you can see your ladder points.
Yeah, it's pretty you
can see all your ladder points, and you can see how it's built. So you can see when they talk about ladder frame, there's your ladder steps, right? As we came all the way back across, which gives that frame all that really strength and strong and being strong. So we don't get a lot of flex and a lot of weird stuff out of this bed.
No.
And so there again, this using this adapter bracket.
So you mentioned the brackets then. So this literally lifts. This literally levels it out as opposed to the natural.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So in order to make everything fit with that bed as well as the bed, because the bed is also, we're going to have an under drawer storage underneath the flat tray.
So that fits in here, doesn't it?
So it fits here in the middle. So in order to put, so if we wanted a drawer right here, so then you'll see right here when you look at our bracket here. And,
this one I made earlier.
You just got done making it. Yeah, Tim did a great job on it. So you'll see that the flat tray is actually, it's raised a little bit above some of those frame lines depending on what that point. And what that's going to do is allow us to have that accessibility, have that accessory, have a drawer, as well as all these trays also will actually carry water as well. And they have a water tank that'll sit underneath on that front side as well.
It needs to be substantial, basically.
Yes.
And if we just look inside here, you can see and this is alloy, by the way, this is not steel, but you can see the welds on here are significantly, and the idea is to spread the load right onto the frame. That's the idea.
And at the same time, if this metal is supposed to be really heavy, and this is actually pretty lightweight.
Yeah. And just pop that where it's supposed to go.
So then obviously all these do there is then once we have all the different ones, you have your front and your mid and your rear mount. And then when you look at here, and if you look at this line, then that gives us that flat footprint to where not only we have a support weight here, and then also fasten this way into the tray.
It's pretty substantial. So talk about the wiring. So how is the wiring different? What does Norweld supply an extra loom?
So as you see already, because of the flat tray, we can no longer utilize the OEM lights. So then they supply this part here. So this literally is a plug and play piece. It plugs in right into the OEM
and that plugs
connector,
into the,
right into the OEM connector. So obviously the tail light would be here, and you'd have your little tail light assembly that would plug into the main chassis harness. Well, you would just remove that, and then they come with the new supply chassis harness, then that will plug into their tail lights. So that way we can run the tail light of the Norweld assembly using the signals from the tail light assembly of the OEM.
Rather than stripping wires and cutting back and whatever.
That makes it really simplify in terms of that. The only thing that would be the exclusions if you get a tray or a canopy that has other electrical needs. If you have compressors, solar, you're going to do any of that kind of stuff, then you would also add that wiring as you would need to see fit before you put your tray on, because you'd want all that pre-wiring wired where you needed it.
Which you could do it afterwards, but you're just going to
you could, but it's just now you're fighting with a tray on it. So you always want to make sure that you plan your build right, so that way any of that future use, or if you're going to plan on doing some of those things, all that's pre-wired, because when it's like this, it's really easy to run wires when the bed's on there.
So no difference to, this is our charcoal system over here. I'm guessing that the gas tank outlet is different.
So we do have to change the outlet. It does come with a different outlet and a locking gas cap. We can show some more of that once we get the tray on, because that's there right now. But yeah, you do take the filler neck. The Norweld filling is obviously no longer used, because we have to, the filling point is altered, because originally the filling point is here on the back end of the rear tire on the right. We're going to move it now to the front of the tire.
And does that come all that short?
And then it comes with all this stuff. So it'll come with the hose, the connections, the filler neck, and then with a new locking gas cap. Because originally the OEM, you have the cover plate door that locks, that prevents fuel theft. In this scenario, we're going to have a locking fuel cap.
So it just fits under the bed then, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And wheel arches, do they attach to the frame?
No, it attaches to the tray. So once the tray's on, then we have our fenders that attach there, as well as the toolbox. Because we have under toolbox that attach underneath the tray too. So we're going to fill this quarter here with a toolbox, and then we're going to have our fender that will go over.
Oh, the toolbox fits into kind of behind
the toolbox fits here, and then also the tray. And then the fender as well.
Yeah, definitely adds some versatility to what's already a very useful vehicle. Hi guys, so we've moved the other bed out of the way so you can see this a little bit easier. So you can see that there are two versions of this. There is a deluxe version and an elite version, and they're just different really. The nice thing about this one is it comes with this stainless panel on here, so if you wanted to match it to the color of your vehicle you could, but as you can see it's very, very nicely made. Under here, this black, it kind of looks like a panel, but this is actually the water tank. So what Todd was saying, because of those brackets are slightly elevated, you know, by about a foot, 11 inches, whatever it is, they utilize that space, you know, because it needs to be flat, right? So there's a gap underneath. So we have our water tank system here, which is very nicely integrated into these. Effectively, these are the frame rails of the bed, and then a little bit further back, this would be the aperture for the drawer system. So we'll show you the drawer being retracted, but that's the space that it retracts into. So yeah, guys, dimension-wise, this is a little bit bigger. So this is almost square. It's 73 inches wide and 72 inches just about in length. Now, compared to the OEM bed, the OEM bed is literally 67 inches length and width. So it's a little bit bigger because it sits over the wheels a little bit more, you know, rather than having the bedside in the way. So that's where you've got the, you know, the bedside takes up a few inches here. So that's where it gives you that little bit extra. Now, cost-wise, this comes in at about, this particular one is about 16,000 thereabout to have this on. And it does come from Australia. I think there are companies that are starting to make these out in the US, if anybody wants to put that in the comments, but I don't think they're quite there yet. In terms of how this looks, you'll see it does make quite a difference to the aesthetics of the vehicle, and I think it suits it pretty well. I mean, the Quartermaster already looks quite different to the Grenadier, but with this on, it's another level. So yeah, it does make it look pretty good, I think. Yeah, if you're going for that look, or you need the utility. Well, guys, so we're showing you these. That you can see there's 4 of them on here. They're packed up as they've come from Australia. So you can see this is the deluxe version. I think there's not much of a price difference. These are slightly cheaper, but not much. So you can see the bed sides are quite different. This has got the diamond plate. There's lots of attachments that kind of integrate in here. I think there's a ladder and a step that goes in here, because of course you can have a camp or a canopy on the back. So again, very nicely made. But you can see it's essentially the same thing. It's got the tap here for the water, but you are looking at these round sort of more of a polished than a brushed effect on the alloy. I was going to say aluminium then, but I stopped myself. Aluminum. Very, very nicely made. Yeah, definitely complements, well, any pickup truck, but especially the Quartermaster. And if you look here, you can see, just, I know we've already shown you this, but you can see the difference in the finish. Not a huge amount. Yeah, and then once it's got a bit of U-turn heat in it, it's relaxed a bit. Yeah. Hi guys, so you've joined us now with the bed on. You can see it looks pretty good. It's not entirely done. There's still some wiring to do for the tail lights. There's also the gas filler, which is in a little bit of a different place. So part of the kit, it allows you to relocate that. It's in a slightly different place. But other than that, visually, dimensionally, it's actually on. So you can see here, there's a bumper cover over the rear cross member there, and that fills in. That again comes from Norweld. It looks pretty good. You can see we've got the standard BFG tyres on here with the alloys. The offset of these wheel arches can actually be changed. So if you did buy a vehicle and it had bigger wheels, or you put bigger wheels on with a bigger offset on it, you can actually change. I've left, this is the one for the right. Obviously the left one's in situ, but if you look on the top of these, you can see these little slots. So this allows you to, and it's, you know, bolted in 4 places there. So it just allows you to push that in or pull that out, as it were, if you were using wider tyres. So that's quite nice. The space on the side here uses this really nice little box here. So we can, you know, if you've got sort of straps or ropes or anything really, yeah, it's a nice use of that space. I did actually measure the overhang between this and a standard one, and it's not exactly scientific, but from the center of the wheel to the back is 36 inches, and it's actually the same on the Quartermaster. We're just utilizing the space a little bit differently. So yeah, we're showing you now some of the images of dropping it on. So we did use the forklift to do that. So yeah, it looks pretty good as it's going on, pretty straightforward. But yeah, definitely changes the aesthetic of the truck. When we were showing you underneath that drawer system, you can see now this is the drawer I was referring to. So yeah, pretty big drawer system. We've got a nice flat piece of alloy on here, so you can use this as a table. This is a rubber lined drawer, so that's quite nice in there. So yeah, it's all nicely done here with these runners. So yeah, very nice utilization of space. It's definitely a quality item for sure. Hi guys, so this is the interior. It's been changed a little bit. We have these Recaro do these seat covers for these seats. Just gives you a little bit more visual stuff to look at, a little bit more padding. They look very, very different. I've actually sat in this. They don't feel hugely different, but they definitely look a bit nice. Yeah, this looks kind of nice. It sort of sets it off quite nicely, I think. You know, being a bit more of a utility biased vehicle, you know, with this bed on the back, these being black, I think, kind of suits it. Hi guys, we just wanted to show you the Quartermaster with the Norweld bed on in its final iteration. It wasn't quite finished. We did obviously get to see it going on, which is very cool. So I'm with Todd again. Todd, talk us through now that it's finished.
So now it's all finished. Now we can kind of see. So now we can kind of come over here and see how now this is where the filler neck has been moved over here, and then as well as where we have our hose connection there for our water on that's in there, so that we can dispense. And they actually say it's for washing your hands, is what the title for that tank is. It's a hand wash station, so you can kind of wash your hands around the sticks. There again, now we got the toolbox in there, so now you have some extra storage down here that sits up in there, so we can get in there. There again, all the toolboxes do have keys. They're all locked. They're all water sealed. And
that's a great use of kind of what would normally just be useless space.
Yeah,
right?
If it was a regular truck bed, that space kind of still exists, but there's nothing to put in there. And then now we got the bed sides on as well, which is kind of cool. So now we can actually, the beds can come down both sides and remove both sides. So we can take it off, but then like the bed actually slides off. So you can just take the bed off and it can pin it off.
Slide off.
And slide off, and you can actually remove the bed.
And the quality of this is very similar to the rest of it, right? It's pretty good.
Yep. So when it needs to be a flat bed, you can take the beds off, and then when you need to actually be a bed, you can.
Yeah.
And then as well, so just I guess what I got right here, we can take a look real quick here too. You can see where we got some ring ends. So there is threads in the bed as well. You can see. So that way you can have anchor points, so you can secure your cargo, whatever you're securing. And they come off these rings, but you can put whatever you needed to. So
that's awesome,
it's already pre-drilled, so you don't have to worry about how am I going to attach this.
We've got the wheel on. Yeah, obviously it's got the black steels.
Right,
but
and then
you can put another one on.
Yeah. So so the headache rack is designed to be able to run one or two, because depending on what you're doing,
Did you just call it a headache rack?
Headache rack, yeah.
Okay. yeah. I've got some experience of vehicles in Kenya, and in Kenya, or at least it was when I was there, that you had to have. It was a legal requirement to have 2 spare wheels.
Yeah, and that is true for certain places. There is a requirement to have 2 spares, because you're not going to be somewhere close.
And this is pretty. This almost looks factory, doesn't it? This sort of bumper, and this is steel, right?
No, that was aluminum.
Is it alloy, right?
So that's just an alloy. That's just kind of a bumper filler, so that way the part sensors can sit where they are actually intended to be, and give you that nice little finish right there.
Now, yesterday, guys, I did, because we hadn't seen them, I assumed that these would be orange, because that's what they have. That's a legal requirement in Australia, as in the turn signals. But actually, when we tested it, they were actually a red turn signal, all LEDs, and this little section in the side here, or in the middle, sorry, is your reverse light. So it looks very integrated. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, it definitely looks the part, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Yeah,
so
it definitely looks the part.
It's ready to go for whatever new adventure someone needs to put it on.
Okay then, guys, there you go. That's a nice look at, so you've got to see quite a bit of the, the process of putting it on. It's not super complicated, but yeah, you still need to get it right. And with these kind of nicely integrated parts that integrate into the, the OEM side of stuff, yeah, that's what it's all about, and you can see the end result looks pretty good.
Does have a nice fit and finish with it. And I guess I could throw out real quick too, all these sides here are all designed to, they can be paint matched to the vehicle. So any of these parts that you see right here, they are designed to remove, so you could paint match it, or you could leave like that. Or excuse me, if you needed you want to get a wrap on it, you can get a wrap on it.
I think this being the Scottish white, both and this brushed alloy, they're kind of both light colours, so I think it's probably but I mean, if you had a dark, a Sealer green or a black or whatever, you probably might, it might be more of a contrast. I know you might like that, but yeah. Yeah, definitely looks the part.